What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Bear Witness. This is episode 3. Finally got my boy Max back. What's going on, Max? How you feeling?
Not that much. Rough week. Not gonna lie, this week, this game took a lot out of me. There's really no easy way to say it. It took a lot out of me.
Yeah, I mean it sucks to lose games where you think that is very winnable, especially how the Colts lost into the fashion against the Packers. I was very confident that we would be able to win this game. Buckner was not playing; he was hurt. And seeing when he was there against the Packers, it was just like their run defense was abysmal. So I thought coming into the game that we'll be able to pull out a win. I expected to see strides from Caleb, and he did, in my opinion. We'll get into that a little bit later, but um, yeah, is there anything you want to say before we recap the game, or you just want to get into it? We kind of
We just get into it.
all right. So, man, it's kind of crazy how I already forgot the score to that game.
It was 21-16.
21-16.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So the Bears fall to the Colts, uh, 21-16. For me, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. Our defense is elite, and that's kind of been the staple for the Bears, like through my whole lifetime. Like I've been seeing the Bears be elite on defense, and then just on offense be very underwhelming. Um, it's kind of hard to. I don't want to say it's kind of hard to get mad or get upset when you have a rookie quarterback at the helm, but it's just like small things where I feel like we shouldn't be struggling in certain areas. The O line is still bad, and while I do think the O line, I don't think the O line's play wasn't. I don't think it was as bad as the weeks prior. Uh,
Sure.
that may be
Sure.
contrary to most people's beliefs, but I don't think that they lost us the game. That play where we did a speed option on the
Well, it
one
was
yard.
that entire drive. We started out with a wildcat, then we went to an inside zone, then we went to an inside zone, then we went to a speed option play or read option play, whatever, to the outside. And it's
It
just
was
like,
very apparent that we weren't going to get in the end zone by running the ball, and we
yeah.
kept running the ball.
I mean, I don't blame Caleb for this. Obviously, he's a rookie quarterback. It's game 3. He threw for almost 400 yards, threw for 363, threw for 2 touchdowns, threw for 2 picks. The Rome pick, I don't. People say double coverage. I get it. Rome
It
had
was
two hands on the ball,
one touchdown.
huh?
I thought it was one touchdown.
Two. Cole and Rome, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so 363, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Um, the second pick, I don't whatever. The first pick, yeah. The second pick, I mean, you throw it to Rome. Rome's got 2 hands on it. Like, is he supposed to make the catch? No. It was just a really fluke play on how it kind of got bobbled back up. So I don't hate on him as much for that one. But I mean, if you're telling me if I'm looking at the stat line of the two quarterbacks and saying who won the game, like I would have had to assume we won the game with how good our defense has been playing. So that one sucks. You obviously don't get the score on fourth down or in the red zone. You get the downs. That's bad. Kairos missed a long field goal. It was like 50 something yards. That's not
Yeah,
great. I think he's a good kicker. He should have that, but again, it's a tough field goal. We
he's
go
not
for
like
two,
he's not like a deep ball kicker. He's just somebody who's very
but
accurate.
he's yeah, he's good though. Like he's still a solid kicker in the league, in my opinion at least. But like if you turn around, if we turn that fourth down where we whatever didn't get the touchdown, if we would taken 3, hit the
Mhm.
field goal, we would have won the game. Like that's 6 points, whatever. We win the game, and you kick a field goal, uh, instead of going for 2 on the one. Like that's where we win 23-21. So we're the better team all game. I really don't think that's crazy to say at all. Our defense was killing AR. Their run game in the second half killed us. I agree, but like we were just better. We got beat by ourselves. Yeah, there's really I don't have much to say. It's just Shane Waldron's got to get something better going than what he has. We obviously can't fire him mid-year. The O line, sure, maybe it's improved, but it's still not great. We need guys to get healthy. Roshan Johnson ran great. He was running hard. Um, I think using a variety of running backs would be maybe a little more helpful. Not just sticking with Swift and Herbert. I think that getting a power back like Roshan back in there would be good. Um, I mean, the options we're doing, the little movement that Shane Waldron has just does not seem to be working. The little
Yeah,
creativity that he's trying to do. He's not Sean McVay. Um, it's just yeah, it's brutal to watch when the defense is playing well. DJ's obviously not happy. Like it's not a fun watch. Seeing your team like be better than a team for 60 minutes and you kill yourself with your own mistakes.
I mean, play calling hasn't been up to par, and I mean, I've been saying that for the past 2 years. Obviously, we go from Getsy to Waldron, and I don't know anything, but anything over Getsy to me, it seemed like it would be an upgrade. But as of right now, it just we're having the same issues. I mean, um, that whole we just talked about it, but that whole drive when like we're down in the red zone and we're running the ball, I thought it was very apparent. I mean, to viewers, to everybody in the stadium. I mean, you got the what is it called, Lucas Oil Stadium? That's 3 hours away. That's 3 hours away from Chicago, bro. Like that's I don't want to say it's damn near a home game, but you got hella Bears fans in there. Like I don't know. It's very apparent to everybody in there that we're not gonna get in the end zone with running the ball. We gotta throw the ball. We gotta play through the air, and it didn't happen. I don't want to put everything on the play calling. Again, I don't want to put everything on the O line because I don't think it was as terrible as we like to make it seem or like it was the past few weeks. The thing is, the receivers didn't seem to separate. It was times where the O line gave Caleb time. Like it was times where Caleb was sitting back there and trying to make a throw. Um, Oftentimes he would have to scram in the pocket. Sometimes his pocket presence wasn't as great. He would try to extend some plays, and sometimes just didn't work. But receivers just weren't separating. Now I think when Keenan comes back, that won't be as big of a problem. We have somebody like Keenan who could get open. Maybe you could like throw some short routes, like some a small curl or a slant where Keenan can just go get some yak. But just our receivers weren't separating. So that's where Caleb took some sacks and bigger hits that he just didn't need to take. I don't know. Overall, the game just didn't live up to my expectations. I thought that we would be able to establish the run this game, even though our O line isn't good. But again, we're going against the worst run defense in the league, and we couldn't muster up anything. What do we have on the ground? 59,
All I
56.
know is Swift was again at like 1.5 yards per carry.
Yeah, we had 50. We have 59 yards on the ground. Yeah, 59 yards on the ground. Caleb had to throw the ball 52 times. We couldn't run the ball. Like it just I don't know. I don't know. It makes everything easier when you can establish a run because that's going to open up the pass. I kind of wanted to get into Caleb a little bit. He threw 52 throws. That's a lot of throws. Uh, 363 yards, 33 completions. I think he had a passer rating of 80 or something like that. I wanted to show the chart.
Yeah, it doesn't
He had
have it on here.
some, yeah. Um, he has some plays. I need to figure out how to bring the videos up again. But
Latif had it last time.
yeah, I gotta ask him how to do it. But he has some throws that like really wowed me. Like when he had that little boot action, rolling out to the left. You got a defender from the edge coming out. I forgot who it was. From the edge on the left, coming in to get him. Kind of steps in with his left foot, fakes him out, rolls out again, delivers a dot down the field. He had another one where he escaped pressure in the pocket. It didn't really he didn't complete the pass, but it would have been a touchdown if it got completed. I mean, the stuff that we see from Caleb, like from this game, I know that Caleb is the guy. Like it shows me Caleb is the guy. From week 1 to week 3, I feel like there's been crazy progression, and that's all that I can ask from Caleb. I just need everything else to fall in line. The defense is going to be what we expect the defense to be. We have a great defensive unit. They're going to go out and win us games, but I just want to see a competent team on the offensive side. If we just I don't even want to say match the defense's intensity, but if we can just muster up some competent drives, we'll be a way better team than
Yeah,
what we
just
are.
waste time. Just get time on
Yeah,
the clock at least. Yeah.
yeah,
I
but
like I just
you got it.
I think Caleb is obviously like a very talented quarterback, very gifted quarterback, but he still is raw. right? Like he still has raw potential, like still has a lot to learn. And the biggest issue for me is I think like right now he's just like he's doing too much and stuff that he could get away with in college, right? You could scramble out of the pressure in college and sling the ball downfield because the DBs aren't as good, the D line's not as good, right? But again, like now it's like he's just gotta, you know what I mean? Just take a breather, like just stay in the pocket, deliver a pass and like run with it. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to play Superman on every single play and scramble out. You know what I mean? Scramble out, whatever, juke two defenders and make a crossfield pass. Like some of the plays is like he'll do that, and like I don't remember who it was. It was to there was one. I thought there was like one ball where it was like a deep ball. Maybe it was it Rome. It was like the bottom side of the field. I thought he had like a deep ball, and just like aired it out, right? Like overthrew him by 10, 15 yards, right? And it's just like that one. Like I think you're just moving too much in the pocket. Just literally focus on, like, you know what I mean? Just focus on that throw. Like, and I guess
He
it's
had
simple to
a
say it
couple long
now.
throws to Rome.
And that's what he's been doing. I get it, but it's just like I would rather him like lock in on that, fix that, whatever, and then you pair that in with everything else. You know what I mean? Like pair the
Yeah.
agility and like be comfortable in the pocket before you get comfortable out of the pocket, right? Because like at this point in time in the NFL, like there are very few quarterbacks who can really do that on the run. You got Pat, you got Josh Allen, Herbert sometimes, right? Like not many guys are on the run. Aaron Rodgers, I guess sometimes, but like it's a tough skill to learn. And with how raw Caleb is, like I don't think he's gonna mess at year one. So for me as a Bears fan, I'm sitting here hoping and praying that like it's just gonna be solved like that. It's not. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take time for him to develop in the pocket, to develop his timing, to get with all his receivers, right? Like obviously with Rome, it looked great this week, right? Like 6 catches, like 115 yards, um, and a touchdown. Like it looked great. He had the timing down, whatever. The Colts defense though is not wowing me. So I kind of wish that this was a win on a bad defense, but without establishing the rush game, Caleb just didn't have much. They expected the pass, I guess. Some of the throws were not where they needed to be, but again, I don't think we can expect them to be perfect throws from here on out for the rest of the year. It's going to take a little bit. I think CJ Stroud put like a taste in everyone's mouth of like rookies can just dominate the league year one. Rookies, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like it's not super common rookies do that. Rookies they take time to develop. Like when you think about the last couple of first overall quarterbacks, Kyler had a good year, right? Kyler was fine.
Yeah,
But
Kyler
like
was good.
you look past that and it's like
Herbert was
Baker year one, Herb, Burrow wasn't insane year one, two. Like these guys weren't like generational prospects year one, right? Like Herbert had a good year, right? Herbert had a good rookie year. But
Herbert
like
was crazy.
you have a lot of guys where it takes a little bit, right? And especially in a year, like you see the jumps everybody else made, right? Like in their different whatever respective careers, Burrow, whoever else. Like I think just because Rome is Rome, because Caleb is the talent he is, people we expect him to be like all this and that week 3, week 4. You know what I mean? Like I gotta take back my expectations. I think media's gotta take back their expectations. Like I think Nick Wright putting him like as a top 6 quarterback to start the year. Sure, great wishful thinking, but like we got to be real about this. Like
Yeah.
I think quarterback play is down in the NFL now than in years past, right? Like I don't think there's as many good quarterbacks in the league right now, or at least the level of competition is not as good. Like I feel like growing up, there was tons of gunslinger quarterbacks, guys who could like actually whatever, and these
Oh
games are
yeah.
all been slower and scoring's down, and like it's just not the same. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect from it.
I mean, we kind of came up like it was Ben, Rogers, Brady.
But it's
Um,
even like bad quarterbacks, like Andy Dalton, he was just slinging the ball down the field, right? He'd
he,
have game-winning drives. Tony Romo had a couple of great years. You know what I'm saying? Like you just had Jay Cutler. Like you just had guys who were like mid-tier quarterbacks, but who could just go down and just throw the football and win a game. You
I
don't
ain't
got
gonna
many
lie,
mid-tier
they had an
quarterbacks who are winning the
offense
game.
though.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
not many quarterbacks now. Philip Rivers. Like you just had like weird guys like that. Derek Carr was really good in his day, obviously, but like we just don't have like I'm not looking at these guys and saying like some mid-tier quarterback is going to go down and have a I don't know, some insane day. I guess Sam Darnold at this point in time, but
Yeah, I mean the landscape of the league has changed, but to get back on topic, I don't know. It kind of hurts to lose winnable games like that. I feel like we could have won the game against the Texans. I feel like we could have won this game, especially how terrible Anthony Richardson was playing. I mean, he was playing actually abysmal. I mean, the decision making. the accuracy on some throws. Like he was just giving us chances. It's like he wanted us to win the game, and we just couldn't take it. The defense was making a whole bunch of stops, capitalizing for us, and then we get on the offensive side of things, and then nothing could shake. I mean, we can move into player of the game. My player of the game is Rome. I feel like Rome has the talent to be a wide receiver one in his league. Like he's really like that. I feel like he separates very well. I don't know whether to question his hands. I don't know. I don't know if I should question his hands. I mean, some stuff that he drops are kind of tough balls to catch, but um, I mean, and he is a rookie, but yeah, he separates really well. I feel like he wins most of his routes. Uh, yeah, Rome is my player of the game by far.
I agree. I think Rome's like obviously the easy pick. Cole Kmet obviously had a touchdown. Defensively, who had it? Jalen Johnson had the pick, and who else had a pick?
I don't even remember.
I would go Rome. The only person like I would say like Caleb had a good game. I don't know.
Caleb had a good game.
People
Caleb, I would
people
say he had a good game too.
like I say like people can call it as like things for garbage time. I feel like I've seen something about like garbage time touchdowns. Like we were still in that game till the end. If we weren't incompetent coaching wise and would save those two timeouts, we probably would have another chance. But we lost both timeouts. I think one of the 2 point conversion we fucked up in, and we just lost
Eh,
both timeouts. So we have a
yeah.
chance, but it's just it makes no sense to me. So
All right. So next week we go against the Rams, who just completed a crazy comeback against the Niners. I mean, I don't know. The Niners been losing some games, but
it's weird. They're still a good team, but like
they
I don't
are
know.
a good team. But it's getting a little bit scary because the Vikings in our division, bro, they beat up on the Ram. I mean, they beat up on the Niners. And you see the Rams, who we're about to go up against, get a comeback win against them. So, what would you say the keys? What are the keys to a win against the Rams?
I mean, we saw week one. It's a lot to ask for, but we saw week one. More importantly, in that last in that overtime game with Detroit and the Rams, right?
Hmm.
Detroit was just more physical in that overtime game. Had a great drive and just killed them, right? The Rams are injured, and that injured's an understatement. The Rams are depleted, right?
Yeah. All right.
Offensively, defensively. The Bears have to set the tone. The Bears have to be physical. The Bears have to get after the quarterback. Defensively, you just got to make it hell for their O line. Get to Matthew Stafford. He's obviously going to be throwing the ball. They'll get whatever motion plays to get the ball out as quick as possible. But it is simply just physicality. Like it's really nothing more than that. You got to establish the run, and it seems impossible to say that. But like it just has to be like I'd say more defensively, but like the physicality has to be there because they are so beat up. They don't have the player personnel that they used to. Like they're not the team they used to when they won the Super Bowl, but they're not the team they used to from last season because they don't have anybody. Everyone's out. So receiver wise, our DBs need to lock up because we can't have Tyler Johnson, Demarcus Robinson, and Tutu Atwell beating us. That can't happen.
Yeah.
We can't
So
let them establish the rush because the run because that's all they have with Kyron Williams. Like it just has to be a physical game. We have to out physical them. Whatever McVay throws at us, just hit it with the brick. Like we need to kill them on the physical side of the ball.
I mean, it's kind of gonna be the same thing for weeks on end. Like I feel like keys to win and bear of the week is gonna be the same stuff. We're gonna be repeating the same thing. We have to establish the run. I mean, the offense, I don't think the offense gets it any easier if we don't have a run game. We have a rookie quarterback back there, and if we're putting everything on his shoulders to come out there and win the game, the defense is going to get stops. Obviously, like you said, um, the Rams are depleted with injuries. They're injury riddled. You got Puka out. You got Cup out. I mean, Stafford is still elite. He can make some plays. He can arm you to a win. But I feel like our defense is good enough to hold them. That's when we come to the offensive side of the ball and something has to shake. We have to establish the run. Like you said, Max, we need to use Roshan a little bit more. I liked how we used him last game. Though Swift hasn't played up to par. I mean, through his whole career, he's been relying on great offensive lines. Lions, the Eagles had a 1,000 yard season last year behind a great O line. It's not going to be the same here with the Bears. Our O line isn't like that. But if somehow we can establish the run, open things up for Caleb, we have a chance at winning. But if not, I don't know. We gotta get the ball rolling, man. Like the schedule doesn't get any easier. Like I gotta look at the schedule again, but I think it just it ramps up from now. So if we continue to lose, our playoff hopes go
We
down. And
still
now,
we still got some NFC, or we got the NFC South, who was looking good for a little bit, but I believe we still have them, right? Am I tweaking? We got the NFC West. Am I lying? Yeah, I think we had the NFC West. We had the South last year. Yeah, I'm lying.
let me see. Damn, it's not. Why is the schedule not popping up, bro? Anywho, you just see everybody. The Vikings are thriving. The Packers win 2 straight games. Now Jordan Love comes back. I mean, it's just gonna our chances of making the playoffs. You know, everybody was hyping us up coming into the season, and I feel like it was well deserved. I mean, on the outside looking in, you get Keenan Allen, you have DJ Moore, you have generational prospect and Caleb Williams, you have great defense. I mean, I feel like it was well deserved, but now it's time to live up to that hype. It's time to actually come on Sundays or any given game day and come out and play. So I mean, it's gonna start looking tough, bro. It's easier said than done, but if we can somehow establish the run, I feel like that's a game that we can win. Um, we can head into Bear of the Week. Obviously, my Bear of the Week is Matt Forte, sweetness. Somebody who can run the ball for us, bro. Somebody who can make it easier for Caleb. I mean, again, I just feel like a broken record, bro. It kind of feels like how it was for me last year when I was doing the Bear Witness, just saying the same things over and over again. And I hope that it just doesn't turn into that this year.
For I would say for a win last week, give me that's fine. You can go O line or running back, but we got killed on the run. So give me Brian Urlacher, give me Lance Briggs, give me Mike Singletary, give me the fridge to stuff up the middle because we were getting killed. Like they got 3 rushing touchdowns on us. That's
Bro,
bad.
the
That's
fridge
not
was
good.
good for 1 year, bro.
Give me the 1 year. I don't care. We needed size up there. Like we were getting killed. They were just had like literally having their way with the run. We just need someone to stuff it up. Obviously, I think I agree. Like I think every week it's gonna be, do we want a running back or an O lineman? But I mean, give me a defensive player. Shocking, but give me a defensive player for this week because we could not stop the run to save our lives. So
All right. Well, that wraps up
just a rough
episode.
one. That was just such a rough week. Such a
Yeah,
rough week.
it's just hard to come on here when I really thought that this was gonna be not an easy one, but I thought it was gonna be a for sure win for us. And I don't know, just I thought we were gonna come out with a W and we didn't, so it's kind of hard. But that wraps up episode 3 of Bear Witness. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow all the socials at the top. We're coming out with Bear Witness episodes a day after the game. So whenever you see the game, make sure the next day remind yourselves to tune in to the Debate Room podcast and check for a Bear Witness episode because it will be out. We kind of recorded a little bit later, so um, what I might be saying right now may be false information because this could be going up on Tuesday. Just got to get everything ready, but appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment on how you guys feel about the Bears season right now. Comment on Caleb's development, anything that you want to say that we probably missed. Appreciate you guys supporting us, and we're out.